Welcome. Welcome to today's class. Today is day 22. Today is day 22 of our web development course. Okay, and today we are going to look at a particular feature which is keyframes. Okay. So today we are going to look at keyframes. Keyframes. This is a very powerful feature as far as CSS is concerned. And this feature here enables you to make animations, make animations in the browser. Okay. So yesterday I just want to give a brief recap about what we covered yesterday. Yesterday it was day 21, and we covered something about transitions and transformations. Transitions and transformations. Okay. So yesterday we looked at a lot of things, transitions and transformations, and these things here looked at things, for example, the skew, looked at things, for example, the scale, looked at things, for example, the scale. Let me even put it here. Looked at scale. We looked at translate. Looked at translate. Looked at translate. For example, like translate X. Looked at skew. In our previous class, looked at skew. This one here enables you to slant an object. This one here enables you to move an object. This one here enables you to increase the size of an object. Okay, and even there are other things we looked at. A lot of things we looked at yesterday. So yesterday's class is what is bringing us here to today's class, day 22, keyframes. So members, if you had no idea about these transitions and transformations, and you missed this class here, then I would request that you first go back and watch this video here, then you'll come to today's video. Okay, because today's video, day 22, is a continuation of yesterday's video, and you cannot understand all this unless you first, and you can't understand what you're going to cover today unless you first go through yesterday's class very well. Okay, so that is just a brief recap about yesterday's class, and today we are going to cover something quite interesting and very nice, and this is keyframes. Okay, so keyframes, this one here, we are just going to talk about animations, those nice things which are in the browser. Animations, you have seen some places where there are animations, if I can go down, what is an animation? What is an animation? An animation is the process. This is the process of creating movement by displaying a sequence of changes over time. Okay, this is what an animation is basically. Okay, it is the process of creating movement by displaying a sequence of changes over time. So members, this is how an animation is. So an animation here, it is used to now a keyframe. How does a keyframe come? A keyframe. These keyframes here, they are used to define to define various animations. Okay? Okay, you just understand it like that, eh? Just understand it like that. That these keyframes here, they are used to define various animations. Okay? Okay. So these keyframes you're seeing here, eh? I'm breaking it down step by step. Eh? They break down animations. Eh? They break down animations eh? into stages. Eh? From the start up to the end. Okay? Okay. So think of it like a movie clip, eh? Think of it like a movie clip. You have, for example, the starting point of the movie, how the movie is going to start, and how the movie is going to end. This is the same concept here with keyframes. Okay? Okay. So keyframes are really nice. It's a very interesting topic because things are moving in the browser, and you're going to see them. Eh? You're going to see how things are going to be moving in the browser. Okay? By the end of today's class, you're going to be when you're seeing some nice things in this. When you have learned some nice things as far as CSS is concerned. Okay? It's a very interesting topic. So members, if you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please request you hit the subscribe button. Then the like, you can share to your friend. Then you don't miss any of the upcoming videos as far as this course is concerned. Okay? Okay. So this one here is like that. This one is like that. Then this one here is like that. Okay. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying members, eh? Because I'm going to start the real thing in the VS Code and you see it. So if I am to say that to borrow a leaf from yesterday's class, what is the syntax of keyframes? Let me first avoid the syntax right now. Let me just talk about the animation properties. These are the things to note. Not this. Eh? These ones here are important animation properties. Okay? Important animation properties. Note this down. Eh? These ones here, they are very important, and I'd not like you to miss them out. Okay? Okay. So the first one we have is animation name. Okay? Animation name. Okay? Okay. So what does animation name? Animation name here, animation name is the name of the animation name is the name you give to the keyframes. Eh? The name you give to the keyframes. Keyframe. Eh? Or to the keyframes. Okay? The keyframe or the keyframes. Okay? Okay. So this is the animation name. Okay? Members, have you understood this one very well? It's the name you give to the keyframes. Okay? Okay. So we have another one. It is called animation duration. Animation duration. Okay? So what is animation duration? Animation duration here, it is, you hear the name duration, it requires something that it still uses time. Eh? It is how long it runs. How long it runs. Okay. So how long does an animation run? Does it run, for example, for does it run, for example, for 3 seconds? Does it run for 5 seconds? Does it run for 6 seconds? All this one here is the speed or the time it takes to run. Okay. So we are going to something else. This one is more about time. Then we have something else here. It is the animation timing function. Okay, animation timing function. Members, I hope you're writing this down because I want to use them a lot somewhere. You're going to use this a lot somewhere. Okay. So at the animation function, as your timing function, as you can see it there, this one is basically the speed. Yeah, the speed curve. It's basically the speed curve. And remember very well when we are studying transitions, we talked more about this thing of the speed curve. It can either be linear, ease. Remember those things we studied: ease, ease in, ease out, etc. A lot of things which we studied. We are now going to use these things here. Okay. So we have another one called animation delay. Okay. We have another one called animation delay. And animation delay, how is animation delay? When you make an animation, and maybe you want it to delay for some time to create that nice effect, you put an animation delay. An animation delay here, it is worth waiting. This one is the time, like the time it takes waiting for the animation to start. Waiting for the animation for it to start. Okay. So this is animation delay. The time it takes waiting for it to start. So it takes some time and the animation begins. Okay. So that is just animation delay. Then there's another one called animation iteration count. Animation iteration count. What is animation iteration count? Animation iteration count is how many times do you want the animation? How many times do you want the animation to stay when it's still in operation? When it's still working. So this one here is basically for how long for when do you plan to make the animation stay, like how many times? How many times should it play? How many times it plays? It plays. So this one here, it can be, for example, like it can be like only once. It can be twice. It can even be forever. Like if you say infinite. It can even be forever. So when you put this is very crucial. Very, very, very crucial. Depends on how you want it to continue. So we have another one. It's called animation direction. Animation direction. So animation direction. What is animation direction? Animation direction here is basically animation direction is basically there is normal. When you take the normal path, then there is reverse, then there is alternate. Okay, so no more reverse alternate. These ones here are the various kinds of paths you want it to take. So if you want to go the normal way, the way you have set it, it's normal. But when you want it to go, for example, the reverse, like reverse direction, it will go the reverse. If you have said to start from this side and goes to another place, like another like 45 degrees, it will take the reverse, okay, of what you have set it. If you say alternate, it will start from behind, okay. Okay, so guys, these are basically the important animation properties, okay. Okay, so don't miss them out, please. You can note them down somewhere. You can note them somewhere because you're going to use them a lot, okay. Okay, so I hope you noted this down, eh? Okay. So when I go up, for example, we are going to look at something like I'm going down here and here and I'm going here. I hope you have noted them down, eh? I hope you have noted them down. You can even first pause the video, then you note these things down. Okay. Okay. So we have another feature here is the syntax. Like, how does the keyframe look? How does the keyframe look? Okay, how do these keyframes look? Eh? How do the how do these the keyframes look? Okay, okay. So members, I'm going to give you the syntax how it looks like. We use something which is called at keyframes. Hmm? At keyframes, it looks like this. Then here we put there animation name. Okay, animation name. Then we do like this. We open here the quotes. For example, we go down, down. Then we put here, for example, the quotes here. Okay, okay. So here we have something like this from, yeah, from, and it we open here. Then we put here the transformation, the beginning of the transformation. Then here at the then here we have the to, eh? From then to, eh? From then to, and these two here you're seeing is going to be like this: from the beginning to, from to the end of the transformation. Okay, okay. So this is how basically the keyframes look like. Okay, members, you get this, eh? This is how the keyframes look like. So we shall have from, then to. From the beginning of the transformation, then to the end of the transformation. Okay? You're going to use your transformations in between here. Okay? Note that very well. Okay? There are two ways how it's going to look like. There is this way here. You can use from or to, or you can use this syntax here. There are two ways. It's going to be like this way. We shall use at keyframes. There's another one. Then you put here animation name. Just animation name can be anything. Okay? Animation name. Animation name. Then you put, for example, something like this. You open here, quotes. Then you put something like this. You close. Eh? So it will be this. That will be the closing parenthesis there. Then you have something like this. So if you don't want to put from or to, you can put 0%. From 0%. This one means the beginning. Eh? The beginning. Okay? Okay. So this one will be beginning transformation, transformation, transformation. Okay. If you want to put, for example, middle, you want something to show in the middle, then you put here 50%. 50% means that there's that thing you wanted to show in the middle. Then you put here middle, transformation, transformation, transformation. Okay. Then you put something like this. At the end, you put something like this 100%. Then you put something like this 100%. Then this will be trans. This will be end transformation. End transformation. Okay. Okay. So this basically, members, this is how it's going to look like. Okay. Transformation is going to be like this. So if your animation is just has only two steps, the beginning and the end, you just use from, then here too. But if your transformation has very many steps, you can even use here 0% in the beginning, 50%. In middle, you can even use end transformation here 100%. But if your transformation has, if your animation has more and more steps, you can even use 0%. You can even use here 0%. You can even use here 0%. You can even use 0%. And use, like, for example, 15%. The animation has very many steps. Then you use 20%. Then you use 50%. Then you use 75%. Then you use finally 100%. These ones are just clips. Like there you see movie clips when you are making like a movie. And then the animation plays from 0 up to 100%. It has very many steps. You use this one here. If it has only two steps from the beginning up to the end, use this one. But keyframes cannot exist with only one step. Then you put, for example, only the beginning. No. You have to put the beginning and the end. Beginning and the end. If you have to only two steps from the beginning, then up to the end. If you have very many steps, use this one here. 0%, 50%, then use 100%. Okay? Okay. So this is how the keyframes look like. Members, this is how the keyframes look like. Okay? Okay. So this is the syntax. So what happens after you knowing the syntax? You have, for example, your div here. You have, for example, I can maybe say here dot box. Dot box, it will be my box there. This is what I'm going to do afterwards. That dot box, anything. This one can be anything. Dot box, my box, anything. The container, dot container, it can be anything. Then you say here animation. Then you say here animation. Animation. You just call the animation. And it's going to be like this. You put there something. The property is called the CSS property is called animation. Then you call it. Then you say animation name. Then you say animation name. You just call it animation name. Animation name. Animation name. You just call it. After you putting this animation name, don't put these ones here. You know this one is going to confuse you a little bit. May I understand it, but you may not be able to understand it. So it's animation name, duration, animation, duration. After you put in the animation name, animation duration, you put the animation duration. Let me first reduce this one a little bit, and you see like this. Okay, there it's good. So it is animation duration. Then it's going to be animation timing function, animation timing function, then then lastly animation iteration count. As simple as this is how it's going to be. once you master this, then animation is done. Okay. So this is how it is going to be. Okay. So we have started those things here in the beginning. They were like this. Okay. So this is how the animation is. Once you master the way how the animation is going to look like, here. Just master how the animation is going to look like. Is it going to be from the beginning, as long as you know the transformation, from the beginning to the end? Is it going to have multiple steps? If it's going to have multiple steps, you put this. After you put in that multiple steps, then you come here and you on that very content that you want the animation to be. It can be, for example, it can be a box. It can be dot box. It can be dot box. It can be dot container. It can be a div, it can be anything. It can be anything that you have named that you want, anything that you want to animate, okay? That you want to animate, okay? It can be a box, it can be a container, it can be anything that you want to animate. Then you come on that box after you putting all your properties. For example, background color, width, height, everything. After you putting all those properties, then you put this one here, animation. Then you have to start with the animation name, which you have named here. Then you put animation duration. It can even be seconds, 3 seconds, or infinite. Then you put animation timing function. Would it be the animation timing function is different? Would it be for example forever or not? Then the iteration count here will be once or twice. Okay, yes, understand this one here. And let me give you an example of how it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to show you an example of how it's going to look like. Okay. So when you look at for example, this one here, animation name can be anything. You can just name this one anything, because how you name the animation defines. Give it any name depending on what you want. Okay. So this one here, give it any name. Then you come here, animation duration. You can give it, for example, 2 seconds. You can give it, for example, 2 seconds. It can be, for example, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Animation duration. Then you come here, and then you give it, for example, animation timing function. This one you give it the timing functions we learned. For example, linear. Linear. Then we learned ease. We learned ease in. Ease in, ease out. Those ones we learned them in the previous class. Okay, etc. We learned these ones in the previous class yesterday. Okay. Then you give this one. Then you give this one animation iteration count. Iteration count means that you want this animation to play forever or you want it to play only once. Then this one here, you can give it, for example, infinite, or if you come here and say only once, it will play only one time. If you come and say only 3 times, it will play only three times. Okay. If you come and say only 4, it will play only 4 times. That's the animation iteration count. But if you want it to play forever, you just come and say infinite. Okay. If you want to play forever. Okay. So this is how it normally looks like. Okay. So this is the animation iteration count. Okay. So this is how the keyframes look like. Remember, are you seeing this? This is how the keyframes look like. Okay. Once you have understood this and this, everything is just good. Okay. Everything is just good. Everything is just good on your side. Okay. So we're going to dive into the code and we see how this thing works very well. I'm even going to use the example of the dot box here so that you understand it very well. Okay. So I'm going to come here and I hope you have understood this very well. Tomorrow, please don't miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow is going to be day 23. Tomorrow is going to be day 23. We are going to we are going to cover day 23. We are going to cover something a little bit more unique, and I don't want you to miss this class because each and every level we cover leads us to another level. Okay. Okay. So tomorrow's class we're going to cover something which is very unique, and this one is going to be pseudo classes. Yeah, pseudo classes. Okay, pseudo classes. Okay, so I'd not like you to miss this class. Okay, okay. So tomorrow's class is going to be pseudo classes. Don't miss this. And even give you a quick update. Tomorrow is going to be pseudo classes. Don't miss tomorrow's class. Okay, okay. So remember, let's dive into the code. Then we see. Okay, okay. We want to see these things play. We want to see our animations play. Okay, okay. Now I come here, lessons. I come here, lessons. For example, here I come here, I say day. I come here, I say day 22. Day 22. Okay, it's there. I come here, I open with code. Okay, it's there opening. Open with code. I come here very well. I say index.html. Index.html. Okay, it's there. Come here, it says style. By this point in time, you're just a master in this because by the time you reach here, you can't reach this. You can't reach here when you have problems. Style.css. Okay. Okay. So it's like this. You have these two files. You have index and style.css. Okay. Okay. So this is how it normally looks like, guys. This is how it looks like. Okay. Okay. So we have, for example, this one here, and we have this one here. So here I come here, I press this. It means for me that this one, the doc type. I come here very well. If there's not right now, you know everything that you're going to do. Browser reset. For example, margin 0, padding 0, padding 0, box sizing, border box. Okay. Okay. So this is how it looks like. We come here very well with link CSS. Okay. Okay. So my body is the overall container right now. My body is the overall container. So I'm not going to use that one as my overall container. Come here, it's a body. I give, for example, width 100%. I give here height 100 VH. Okay. Then I give here, that one is enough. Then I come here inside the body. I just say here dot box. As simple as that. I'm done with that section. I don't even need to come back there. So it looks like very brief. My box is even empty. Nothing I need to put inside. I come here below the body. I come here inside dot box. I give it, for example, width. I can give it 200 pixels. I come here, I give height. I give 200 pixels. Okay, 200 pixels. Then I come here, I say background color. Background color, I say orange red. Orange red. Okay. Background color, I say orange red. Okay. Okay. So how does it look like in my browser? Let me go live here and I see how it looks like in my browser. It looks like this. Okay. Okay. Then I come here, I say now we want to uncenter it. I say display flex. Come here, for example, I say align items center. Justify content center. As simple as that. As simple as that. Okay, it comes in the center like this. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to apply our animation here, here. So members, what I was explaining to you here is this dot box here. You see this dot box here? You see this dot box here? Eh? Are you seeing this dot box? Eh? Is the way how it looks like there. So maybe let me increase the width of the Maybe I make it like 600 pixels. I see how it looks like. How does it look like? It looks like this. Okay? Okay? Okay. So this is now, I want my box to be elongated like this. Now I'm going to put the animation. We are now going to put the animation on it. Okay? Okay. So we want just for these simple steps. How the keyframe looks like. If it has multiple steps, I go for this. If it has just 2 steps, I go for this. I come here, for example, I want to use something about rotate. Okay? I want to use something about rotate. So I want to come here below the box here, below the box. I come here, I say at keyframes, at keyframes, and I come here, I say I can call it any name. I can call it any name. I can even say my first animation. First animation. Okay? I can call it like that. First animation. Keyframes first animation. And I come here, I ask myself, what do I use? Should I use this one or this one? But right now I want to use only this one because I have few things. I have few things. So I can come here, I say, I'm going to use even the rotate transformation. I'm going to use the rotate transformation. Then I come here, I say, from, and I put here, transform. I come here, for example, and I put, for example, transform. I come here and put, for example, transform. Here, I say rotate. I put here 0 degrees, okay? Then I come here 0 degrees, and I come here, I say, for example, 2, and I put here transform, and I put here transform, and I put here rotate. Remember that I hope you are really following. Here is 60 degrees, okay? Here is 60 degrees, okay? Like this. Okay, so it's like this. By default, I'll put something like this. Okay, okay. So the keyframe, my keyframe is going to be a rotating keyframe. So it's going to rotate this one you're seeing here. I want it to rotate. Okay, I want it to rotate. Okay, okay. So after me doing something like this, I'm going to come here. Just after me doing something like this, I am going to come here and I give it, for example. Now after me doing like this, I'm going to give this one here. As simple as that. As simple as that. I come here, I say animation. As you see. On my box here, I say animation. Okay? Okay. Now, they're waiting for all the things that I need to put. They're waiting for everything that I need to put. Okay? Animation name. Now they want to call now the animation name. Okay? Animation name. What's the animation name? Start with the animation name first. I said first. Animation. Okay? I said first animation. Okay? I said first animation. Okay? Then I come here. I say animation duration. For example, 2 seconds. Okay? 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 For example, 2 seconds. I come here. I say 2 seconds. There. Yeah? Animation duration. Then I come here, for example, I say linear animation timing function. I put here, for example, linear or is. I put here linear. Okay? Then I come here and I put here, for example, infinite animation iteration count. I say, for example, infinite. I say infinite. Okay? Okay. Now the animation is done. Members, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? And the animation is done. As simple as that. Okay? So I want to see how it looks like. Members, are you seeing? Members, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this, members? Are you seeing this, members? Members, are you seeing this? Wow! 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 This is very, very nice. This is very, Nice. This is an animation for rotate. Are you members? Are you seeing this? Just master all these steps we have covered here. Yeah? All these steps we have covered. Yeah? Animation name, animation duration, then here animation timing function, then here animation iteration count. Yeah? This one can be infinite. If I put, for example, one and I see. If I put one, instead of infinite, I put like one. I see. Hmm? It rotates only once. Are you seeing this? It rotates only once. It rotates 360 once. Are you seeing this? It rotates only once, like that. Eh? It rotates like this. You see, it's going to move one like this 360 once. So if I put here, for example, twice, eh? It rotates twice. You see this? Okay. That's only twice. You see? It rotates 360 twice. Are you seeing this? If I put here, three, eh? It rotates three times like this. Three times, three times, three times. Okay? Now if I want it to continue forever, I put here infinite. Okay? When I put infinite, it rotates endlessly, endlessly, endlessly. So that one is the animation iteration count. You see this? Iteration count. Okay? The timing function, it can be it can be now here 2 seconds, animation duration 2 seconds, I can even put here, for example, something that is unique. Animation delay. Animation delay. I put the animation delay, I put here 3 seconds. Okay? Animation delay means a time it takes to start. Hmm? It delays for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, then it starts. Are you seeing it? 1, 2, 3, start. It starts like that. Are you seeing it? This is what they call animation delay. So guys, have you really understood this? Have you really understood this? This is about keyframes, okay? This is about keyframes, okay? Okay, so this is nice, members. If you haven't hit here subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Wow, there, down there. Tap the subscribe button. Then you don't miss any of the upcoming nice content. Okay? Okay. So guys, don't miss tomorrow's class. Don't miss tomorrow's class. You're going to cover a lot. You're going to cover a lot. Okay? Okay. So this is nice. This is nice, guys. This is nice. So I'm going to come here and maybe give, for example, something else. Maybe for someone to really understand this, we are going to do something else so that someone can really understand this. Okay, okay. So I'm going to come here and I give another partition. For example, I got here another section. What can I do here? Let me first pause this one off just for some time. Members, just understand, I've paused this one off for some time. It's now no longer there. I've paused this one for some time. Just see that I've paused this one. So I'm going to come here and say box2 dot box dot box2. I want you to understand this concept very well. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to come here, I say my dot box2, I come here down, I say dot box2 dot box2. I come here, I say width, I give it, for example, 200. I can give it, for example, let me give it 200 pixels. I give it height. Height, I give it, for example, like 200 pixels very well here. And I give it background color. Background color, I give it, for example, like green. Now, background color, I'm going to give it, for example, green. I say it looks like this. Okay? Okay. So I'm just going to give these ones something unique. It's going to be a very unique feature. So these ones, I'm just going to give them a unique feature. This one, this box here you're seeing here, it is green in color. Okay? Okay. So this box is green in color. We're going to do something else, and you see. here you can see the box is green. So I want to add a unique keyframe, which is this one here, which is in steps format. I want to add this keyframe here, which is in steps format here. This one is the one you're going to use here. Okay. Okay. So you're going to come here and we give the keyframe at keyframe. You see here keyframe identifier. Then you give here my second animation. Second animation. Okay, second animation. As you see it here, second animation. Then you come here down and you give, for example, this one which is in steps starts with percentages. This one which is in steps starts with percentages. Okay, okay. So this one here, I can give, for example, a transformation. Transform, scale. Scale starts from scale 1. Okay. Scale 1 is where it starts from because this is the original scale. Okay, I explained this one in the previous class that all scales they start from scale 1. If it goes to 1.5 or 3, it is a scale which is for increasing the size of the shape. Okay, okay. So if the scale goes lower than 1, it, like for example 0.5 or 0.6, that one is a reduced scale. That means it reduces in size. Okay, I explained this in the previous video. Okay, okay. So by default it starts from scale 1. Then we continue and we say here, for example, 50%. And I come here, for example, I say transform. I say scale. I can say maybe 1.5. Then you see this. Okay, okay. Then I come here very well and say 100%. Eh? Then I come here and say 100%. I say transform. Okay. Then I put here scale. I put scale 1. Remember, the understanding is very, 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 very simple. This is the end. Eh? This was the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. Okay? Okay. So you're going to really understand keyframes very well. Okay? Okay. So after me doing that, then I come back and do this. I do this one here. This one you're seeing here. Okay? Okay. On my dot box. So I come here very well, I say animation. Eh? Then before me animation name. I come here. The first thing I start with is the animation name. Second, animation. Second, animation. Okay? Second animation. Then I come. I say, I want it to go. How long do I want it to go for? I want it to go for 2 seconds. I can even say 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds is good, but okay, let me just say 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds. As the duration here. You see the duration? When I choose, for example, here, linear animation timing function, linear is in, is out. I can come here and I choose. I'm going to choose is in out. Is in out. Okay. Okay. We started this in the previous lesson. I hope you remember these. I hope you remember them. Then I come here. I give, for example, now the remaining one is the animation iteration count. I come here, I give it infinite. I can give it infinite. I can give it any infinite. Okay. Okay. This is wow. This is great. This is great. Then we see how it looks like. Wow. 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 Members. Wow. This is how the animation looks like. This one is done, which is for. Are you seeing this, guys? Guys, are you seeing this? Just understand this. Just understand. This is from here. The steps are from here up to here. Okay? From here up to there. This is dot box 2. I can come back and even I put dot box 1. I now put them so that all of them people can see them together. But now what is happening is not good. I can come here and give the body here. I come here and give, for example, flex direction column. And I come here, I give, for example, the body, I give it 300 VH. I come here very well and say, selection column, I give you a gap. I give you a gap. I give you a gap of maybe like 12 frame. Okay, okay, like this. Let's see this and we see how it looks like. Okay, it's like that. Members, are you seeing this? Eh? Are you seeing this? Eh? Let me even increase the gap a little bit. If I say maybe 18 rem, okay. No, 18 rem, it's too big. Okay, okay. So guys, are you seeing this? Eh? This is how the first animation looks like. Eh? And now this is how the second animation looks like. Wow, wow, wow. These are the nice things. Eh? These are the nice things. Eh? Members, please remember to hit the subscribe button, like and share to your friends. Eh? Like and share to your friends. Okay? Okay. So this is how animations look like. Members, are you seeing this? Eh? Are you seeing this? So I want you to keep updated on the next coming nice things, and this is day 23, okay? Day 23, okay? We are going to cover this tomorrow. Members, please note this. We're going to cover this tomorrow. Right now, I feel that we have covered really a lot, and we are going to come back when we are really good, okay? Okay. So, guys, this is what we have covered today. This is what we have covered today. This is what we have covered today, okay? Okay, so animations are really great. Animations are really great. You can put them in any form that you like. Eh? You can even see here we use the we use the two steps. We had this step here, and also we had this step here. Okay, then this one is the last step. As long as you understand this, everything is just going to be great on your side. Okay, okay. So members, I hope to see you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Okay. See you tomorrow.